Welcome to Working on Fire News. My name is Noel Molokwane, and this is what we have for you in this edition. School kids debate about environmental issues. Youth Day celebrations in the Western Cape. Dave Williams, General Manager of Northwest, breaks down the province.
Matake Matake
Ran his 11th comrades this year. More than 5,000 people gathered at the Obaru grounds in Potchefstroom for the 25th FPA celebrations. Roy. School children from 10 different schools in Limpopo gathered at the Jack Botha Hall in Polokwane to debate about issues of environment. The grade 8 and 9 learners from 10 different schools across Limpopo gathered at the Jack Botha Hall in Polokwane to compete for the Provincial Debate, which was hosted by the Department of Environmental Affairs together with Working for Water and Working on Fire. These learners were competing for a slot to represent the Limpopo province at the National Debate in KwaZulu-Natal in July.
After our natural environment.
The aim of the debate competition is to raise awareness on environmental issues amongst young people, also to promote an appreciation for our natural environment through discussions and sharing of opinions. 5 learners from various schools were chosen as the best speakers from their skills that they portrayed during the debate.
I teach at Tengwa High School and I've been training the team from Bembe District. I think we've had about 2 or 3 meetings, and during that time we worked very hard.
We use as the World School's adjudication method, right, where we judge learners based on content, style and strategy.
As a fire awareness training officer, and then we are under the Department of Environmental, so it was helpful for them to find someone like me to workshop the learners about their topic, especially for wildfires. So it's where I get involved. And then I started with them for preparatory meetings, for workshops. We went to the school to train them, and then we had a district debate where we selected the best learners to come for the regional debate.
Youth Day was celebrated on the 16th of June, and this is what happened in Uniondale.
The National Youth Day on the 16th of June was celebrated all across our country. In the little town of Uniondale, Working on Fire joined stakeholders in celebrating this historic day. The march led by the Boys Brigade, police, traffic and fire engines winding through the streets of Uniondale. Formal proceedings took place in a community hall with lots of entertainment, but most importantly about the history of June 16th. Love Life gave a talk on motivating the youth to study for their future.
Baie mense het lewens opgeoffer vir ons, hè? Ek sou nie geleer het nie, ek sou nie op skool gewees het nie, en ek sou ook nie op universiteit gewees het as dit nie vir hierdie klomp mense was wat vir ons sekere dinge opgeoffer het.
Mr. St. Christians delivered a talk in which he also stressed the history of June 16th and emphasized the importance of the youth pursuing education to improve their lives. The Uniondale Working on Fire team, which was established in 2004 and till today presented the major source of youth employment in town, performed a drama on child abuse. Performed a dance item from the youth play Sarafina.
Maar in besonder vir Working on Fire, wat die item of 2 gelewer het. Hulle is reg waar aan die brand. Geen wonder hulle word genoem Working on Fire nie.
Maritz emphasized the importance of community organizations working together and indicated that he was very proud to see how the organizations were collaborating in Uniondale. Councillor Kleinans presented the certificates for the outstanding youth in the community.
This is a fun day of me today, that's why I have to enjoy happy new day my youth, and I want to spend my day with my crew. Thank you Working on Fire for making me the person that I am.
The Youth Day ended with various sports activities involving all participants.
The Northwest Province is one of the most active provinces during the winter fire season. Dave Williams explains how resources are used in the province.
The Northwest Province currently has 16 bases. The first base to open was Pilanesberg in 2010, and it was followed by the opening of Boskop and Molemane, and thereafter the province continued to grow. The province is a flagship as it has a national average of 35% female firefighters in the program. The fuel types ranges from farming land to bush and grass, and the firefighter teams are spread across 3 regions in the province.
We've got 16 bases at the moment. As you can see, we go right from the north, just south of Gaborone, Madikwe Game Reserve. We go through to Pilanesberg, down into the Potchefstroom area, and then we come right the way across the province down as far as Christiana, a place called Reyville, and then Gaswani. All the beneficiaries are taken from local communities. Most of these places have really poor communities, and that's where we're drawing our people from. And I must say, since I've been here, I've seen wonderful things happen in some of these communities. In general, it's a strange province in that we go from the mountainous part of around the Magaliesberg, Pilanesberg, going through across to the Zeerust area, and the rest of it is basically flat. There's a little bit of sort of mountainous area around the Klapstorp area, but reasonably flat. Then you move across to the western side, which is, it borders on the Kalahari and Botswana. Obviously, our fuel types are very, very different. A lot of grass, a lot of bushland, a lot of maize lands as well. From the farming side of it, it's predominantly maize, sunflower, and that type of stuff which burns. Then you get the cattle farmers that are big. They're big open spaces, massive farms, not very well controlled when it comes to fire. One of the problems we've had over the last couple of years is we've gone from extreme drought to totally the opposite, where we had torrential rains just about across the entire province, except sort of in the west here, where it is predominantly dry. So the fluctuations in growth has been a bit of a problem. This year we are going to have a particularly bad year. It has already kicked off with numerous fires. But I think one of our biggest snags here is people buying into the fire protection associations and their understanding of the law as landowners. Some of them flaunt it, they know it, they flaunt it, others just don't know it all. And we find it particularly in the rural communities that fire is just something that happens. And that we're having to teach them through our training sessions and all that, what the dangers are and how they can handle it. We are very, very involved in the communities at this stage. We're involved with communities where we don't have fire protection associations. We're going beyond just the people we know. We're going into communities, and I hear of new little villages that exist that I don't think the rest of the world knows about. And these are the little communities that we're going out to see, because those are the most vulnerable. They don't have fire stations, they don't have disaster management, they're just there in the middle of nowhere. And it's for us to get out there and to give them the understanding of the dangers of fire and what the law actually stipulates.
He has run 11 Comrades Marathon. See how Matake Matake juggles work and training.
Matake Matake is a Type 3 dispatcher in Northwest. He joined our program as a firefighter at Highfield Base in 2013. This athlete has completed races such as the Comrades Marathon, and he makes time to juggle between his work and training for his competitions.
Normally I'm a sports person, and then I'm doing multi-codes. If one can say I've been running for quite some time now, I'm doing a lot. And then also we've got a club of which I'm a co-founder of the club, of which we're still running. I'm the secretary presently. From that team also, they are doing different codes. That would be road running, cross country, track and field, and race walking. And I'm doing almost all of them also. Well, you know, as a sports person, you'll meet people. And it happened to me as I was running when I arrived in Potch because of I was in Mpumalanga first, where I was working before. Then when I get to Potch, I met one of the friends through my brother, of which we started running. I mean, 2 years in, you know, they would be going to Comrades Marathon. I would be sitting and watching. And I only watched it for 4 years. I got tired. And in 2003, then I started running Comrades, of which, you know, it was the first one. I didn't know what was happening, but at least I got a bronze went from there. Then, you know, since then, you know, they are saying Comrades is the ultimate human race. Once you run it, you won't stop. Until today, I've done 11. So I usually train my endurance, doing my speed. You know, that's what normally I do in between, and make sure that, you know, I mix them so that you've got a little bit of both. But mainly you do your endurance, so you're doing a longer distance, doing longer time, so that you make sure that even if you can lose it along the way, you know, you still have some, and you can recoup also.
More than 5,000 people gathered at the Obaru grounds in Potchefstroom for the 25th FPA celebrations.
The Potchefstroom Fire Protection Association, known as the PFPA, celebrated its annual 25th year celebration by hosting a successful event at Obaru grounds in Potchefstroom on the 21st of June 2014. The event attracted more than 2,000 visitors on this chilly winter's day. It was a great success through the partnership of the planning committee and stakeholders. Working on Fire had an exhibition stall, followed by a drill from the teams and a fire demonstration with a Huey.
Die doel van hierdie event is basies maar om die publiek en die groot gemeenskap daar buitekant bekend te stel aan veldbrande, en dan het ons dit ook in samewerking gedoen met publieke veiligheid. Met ander woorde, dit gaan rondom die brandbeskeringsvereniging se samewerking met die brandweerdienste, nooddienste, polisie, want aan die einde van die dag is ons almal een groot familie. En as ons bymekaar kan kom om saam te werk, soveel te beter vir Jan publiek daar buitekant.
What is the role of working on fire at this event?
Well, as you can see around us, there's all sorts of disaster management type of things, and we play a big part in that, in the rural community, in the farming community, and keeping the people safe in the fires, you know, putting out fires and looking after the environment.
And what type of demonstrations will Working on Fire be doing today?
Well, today we're going to have 3 teams coming in. They're going to do a drill exercise. After that, there's going to be a demo on firefighting. One of the teams will go out and put all the uniform on. There'll be smoke grenades and things, and then the chopper will come and do bombing. It's going to do 3 runs.
Beplanning wat hier ingegaan het, weet dit is legio. Verlede jaar het ons die idee gekry en ons het hom binne 2 weke aan mekaar gesit. Hierdie jaar het ons dit op die Incident Command System gedoen, wat Working on Fire dan ook vir ons aanbied. Hier is verskriklik baie uitstallers, die helikopters wat julle sien, die nooddienste, watter plek gaan sommer 100 brandbeskerming of 100 vuurvegters bymekaar kry vir 'n drillvertoning. So ja, dit was nog 'n taamlike tamaletjie, maar weet jy wat? As gevolg van ons samewerking met publieke veiligheid, die brandweer en die polisie, het ons almal een doel nagestrewe, en dit het dit net soveel makliker gemaak om al die nodige sertifikate en dokumentasie in die plek te kry. Want elke ou het net vir homself gevoel, wie jy, ons moet een of ander tyd as publieke veiligheid saam staan en laat ons hierdie ding saam doen.
And that is all we have for Working on Fire News. See you next time.